Hi guys, it's Charlie Tango 1994 back with another YouTube video.
In previous posts, we've talked about what equipment is needed to get set up on a CB radio and covered some of the mechanics around installing and setting up a CB radio. So now we're ready to turn on our new rig and start making contact with the world. For many, this may come with some degree of disappointment, since you will quickly learn that nowadays the airwaves are no longer full of endless chatter on every channel, and making contact with other CB users is a bit more hit and miss these days. Fundamentally, the world has changed since the heyday of the 80s, and people get their social fix in other ways these days. The FM frequencies that used to be so alive are now quiet for large parts of the day. Part of the reason for this, however, is that the general quality of radio communications since the 80s depreciated to such a point that people just lost interest in it as a means of communication. Many have moved on at least to SSB radio, but there does remain a fair audience of CB radio users in the country who work hard to make it work for those who are interested in a good old-fashioned QSO with another breaker. It is part of radio history that there should be a good degree of formality on the airwaves, and that when two stations wish to communicate, there is a set of observed protocols and standards used to ensure its successful communication. A lot of this comes from the military use of radio throughout the years, and particularly in naval communications, a high degree of formality must be observed. This is in no way less evident than with ham radio enthusiasts, especially on the bands which permit higher power usage and therefore an increased range, where operators are only interested in serious communications and strive to log every successful communication using the aforementioned protocols. Even in the CB radio world, the use of formalities and special codes and language is evident, although woefully irrelevant these days. Let this become, then, a campaign to take back the dead airways from the madness of the Muppets and strive to return to an age where radio communications are highly entertaining, respectful, and truly enjoyable for all.